Founded in 2014 with a commitment to create premium performance apparel for men, Rhone has expanded its mission. After extensive research, breakthroughs in fabric technology, and rigorous product testing, Rhone has introduced its first ever women's line. Nate Checketts, co-founder and CEO, and Emma Crepeau, chief growth officer, joined NYSE Floor Talk to share how this launch sets new standards in women's apparel. Nate, it's great to be sitting here at Rhone in your Flatiron store.
It's pretty cool.
It's wonderful to have you and Emma here today. So now, I want to actually start from the beginning. Take us back to the very start. What was the inspiration behind Rhone?
Rhone was really inspired by a conversation I had with my brothers, my brother and my brother-in-law. We felt like at the time there was a big gap in the market for men's performance lifestyle product. There was kind of these active brands trying to make lifestyle product and lifestyle brands trying to make active product. And the only brands that were doing it well were squarely focused on women's. So we felt from a direct distribution standpoint, from a price point standpoint, from a quality standpoint, there was something missing in the market. And we were crazy enough to believe we could go build it.
When did you launch?
2014. So we're in our 10th year, if you can believe it.
10 years. So 10 years later now, you're celebrating today with me your launch of your women's active and lifestyle collection. So why tap into this market and why now?
Well, I think for a very long time we resisted. I mean, from day one, we would have people, every interview, every customer that would come in and would say, when are you going to make something for the women? And two things happened. First, we hired a collection of really talented female executives on our team. And now, if you look at our business, more than half of our executive team, more than half of our leadership team, more than half of our employees are female. They're women, and they would touch the fabrics that we were making. They would see the products, and they were kind of, it was a lot of joking at first. And then when we started to build out the product team that we have now, we knew we could go and do something pretty unique in the market. And then I think the second thing that really drove us and got us excited is, as you know, the brand is a champion of mental fitness and mental health. And we felt like we wouldn't be able to advance that cause just focusing solely on men, that there was an opportunity to include women in that conversation that we got really excited about. And I think having those two things together brought the collection to life.
Now, speaking of the collection, Emma, tell me, what are some of the specific items that are in this collection?
Yeah, of course, there's actually 3 core collections. We have Studio, Course to Core, and Recovery. All of the fabrications are performance first fabrications, and the color palette is a very neutral trend. If I start with the Studio collection, we've got the Revive legging. It's a 7th, 8th legging, a long line bra, and a Serene tank. It's perfect for an early morning Pilates class, as well as doing some higher impact activities such as yoga, running, and spin. The Course to Court collection is beautiful, perfect for a tennis match or a round of golf. It's anti-odor technology, so you stay fresh all day long. But my favorite collection is the Recovery collection. So that has the Dream Gut Glow collection. There's 3 pieces in it. It will extend quite quickly, but most importantly, all of our men are already asking for it. Yeah. It's so soft and so luxurious, so you have to try it.
Now, I found this to be very interesting. In a recent interview, Emma, you noted that 25 to 30% of your customers are women who are shopping for the men in their life. Now, how do you expect that number to grow now that you've expanded into a women's collection?
Yes, of course. So it's interesting. If we look at our database, nearly a third of it is actually women. And when we analyze our web traffic and we look at our footfall in stores, it is a lot of women coming to shop for the men in their lives. So for us, when we thought about developing this collection, we wanted to be really thoughtful and purposeful about the pieces we introduced. So by the end of this year, a quarter of our collection will be for women, but when we get to 2026, it will actually be 50-50. So there's a lot of growth, and we're really excited about that.
I think if you look at our competition, many of them will tell you that 70% of their men's product is purchased by women, and we've always been the inverse. But we have a very large active database of women who are still buying for men, and the opportunity is to just build on that and grow from there.
Now you have 2 new board members that were recently appointed. Who are they, and tell me how this impacts the launch?
Well, first we brought in Tess Roaring, who's an incredible talent. She was the chief marketing officer at Athleta, and she has been a great addition to the team. She also was at Core Power Yoga as the chief marketing officer and chief commercial officer there. So she has had her hands in understanding the customer, making sure that we think through every aspect of the launch. When you launch an omni-channel category, you have to think about how this shows up in your .com business, in your retail business, with your wholesale partners, the email distribution, the out-of-home content that you start putting out. And so she's been a great guiding light there. And then most recently we added Jimmy Pitaro, who's the chairman of ESPN, and has been an enormous addition in terms of corporate strategy, leadership. He's just been such a great person to have around the room, and he's been a long-time customer. We actually first met at our store opening in Westport, where he lives, and he came, said, I've been a long-time customer, and I said, well, I've been a long-time fan of you, and he was nice enough to let me take him out to lunch, and the rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history. Now, Rhone recently announced a partnership with the Ladies Professional Golf Association, becoming the on-course apparel partner of the LPGA Tour and the Epson Tour. That's very exciting. How did this come about?
It was funny, it was actually very quick and very natural. So we first met with the LPGA back in October, and we were in the middle of the meeting and we all looked at each other and said, who's pitching who here? Yeah. Like, what's going on? And there was an immediate strong relationship, and we just felt very passionate about what they were doing. It's been a long time coming, but finally female athletes are getting the recognition and the platform that they absolutely deserve. So for us at Rhone, we are just really passionate about helping that journey continue. We are the official on-course apparel partner, so we will be kitting out a lot of their team and players. But most importantly for us is it's about activating and building on the community. We will be a really big part of the girls' golf program, encouraging young women to get into the sport, and also working really closely with their athlete development fund. Working and being a professional athlete is a high-pressure environment. So alongside our mission to support people with their mental fitness, we want to make sure we're providing toolkits and resources to the players to do that with them as well. So there's a lot to come. We're really excited about it.
Now, the women's activewear space, it's a crowded space.
Yes.
So how do you stand apart from others that are in this space?
Well, I think at our core, we are focused on a unique mission. Every active brand in the market is all about looking a certain way, performing a certain way. We really focus on feeling a certain way, taking care of your mental health and your mental fitness. It's a big part of who we are and what we've done from the beginning. And I think there's a lot of what we call sea of sameness. Everything starts to blend together. There's kind of this extreme focus, solely on yoga. We have yoga product. We think our product's beautiful and wonderful for yoga, but it's one modality. We want to make product for the woman who does more than just yoga. And I think our New York-based style and design team is really part of what sets us apart. Most active brands tend to come from the west side of the country, and we like to bring a northeastern aesthetic to it.
Emma, what are your thoughts?
So for me, it has always come back to the product itself. I just think our fabrics are some of the best in the market. So even when we're introducing something that is a non-workout product, it's fit for if you need to do something. So if you're running for a plane, or you find yourself in a sweatier and hotter situation than you would like to be in, the best apparel to be in is Rhone. And we do rigorous training with and wear tests with all of our product to make sure that it delivers for our consumers. So it really is, for me, the best in the market when it comes to the fabric.
I would just add that Emma was probably the biggest cynic when we said, we're going to at least try and build this. She's like, it's so hard, it's so competitive. And so I told our product team, if you can impress Emma, then we'll be ready to launch.
And I was impressed.
Yeah.
They did it.
We got here.
Now, finally, Nate, tell me, what do you see for the future of Rhone?
I think we are really just, it's 10 years in, but I told our team we're just getting started. As you know, we changed our capital stack. We have the ability to go and build this company for a long time. And so we're making long-term decisions in terms of investing in our community, in our team, in our partners. And so Rhone is going to continue to grow, but this is really the beginning. having a brand that is not just for men, but also for women. And we could not be more excited to see how the brand continues to evolve. We say internally that we are a wellness brand. We just happen to sell clothes. So we plan to lean more into that mission and make sure that we're having the impact that we desire to.
Well, exciting times ahead for Rhone. Thank you for joining me on Floor Talk today, and congratulations.
Thank
Thanks
you very
so much for coming to the store.